How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Ruffle Rowlett and welcome back to a brand new video, guys. So in the last video I asked you guys a question of the day, which was what Pokemon do you want to see a Mega Evolution for? And well, your answer, well, here's the top answer right here. Thank you for answering the question of the day. And here is the new question of the day for you, ladies and gents, which is, okay, what team would you have for Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl? Because I'm going to talk about my team today, so I thought it would make sense that you guys would also tell me about your favorite team and what your best team, or you know, what team you will be using for Brilliant Diamond or Shining Pearl. Let me know. Now, I'll be playing Shining Pearl, not because I really want to, but because my girlfriend's going to be playing Brilliant Diamond, and I want to play through the opposite game of her then, so I'll be playing Shining Pearl, and yeah, I'm going to be getting Palkia, I guess, instead, which will be interesting to say the least, but we'll see how that goes. Either way, I love you, Yulene. Now let's get into the actual content. So first things first, what will my team be? Well, we're going to start off with the first thing, well, the starter, right? In this case, for me, it has to be Chimchar. Now, Chimchar is the quintessential choice for me. I'm going off of the Platinum Pokedex here, so I'm assuming that the Pokemon that are in Platinum are going to be in this game. Now, I'm not going to use any Pokemon that are exclusive, so to say, but, well, starting off, I'm going to go for Chimchar. Now, the reason for that is, of course, because of the lack of fire types within the Sinnoh region, right? There's generally a lack of them, which makes sense because it's a colder region, so it makes sense there's a lack of them being actually present. And Chimchar in general is useful because once you get that Infernape, you do have that fire fighting typing, which is really useful in general. It's definitely, I mean, if you can get that, like, if you can get to that Monferno pretty quickly, I mean, you already have the fire typing, right, for the first gym. If you can get that fast there, which there's a lot of gyms before you take on Broark, right? There's quite a few gyms in between there. Sorry, quite a few, like, trainers in between there, between you getting to, you know, getting your starter and getting to Roark. You could get, like, in Monferno by then, and then you can literally just destroy Roark, like, pretty solidly, you know what I mean? Like, just snap your fingers and you're done, you know what I mean? Snap your fingers and you're done it pretty solidly, to be fair. Like, it doesn't seem like it's that difficult, to be honest with you. So you should be able to get, like, pretty easily through Roark. And then, of course, throughout your journey, you'll run into, like, well, challenges that will require that fighting typing, you know what I mean? And fire typing will definitely be needed, by the way, especially in this game because you just have a lack of fire types, right? The only other option is, like, what, a Ponyta? That's about it. But honestly, definitely a Chimchar. It's just a useful Pokemon, and I think the best choice. Of course, I do think Piplup is a great choice as well. Some people love Turtwig, but personally, I'm going for a Chimchar myself, so we'll see how that goes. Next up, though, is going to be Shinx for me. So yes, I'm a big fan of Luxray. Luxray is actually my personal favorite Pokemon out of all of Sinnoh. It's my favorite Sinnoh Pokemon, so I just have to include it here, right? So, given that Luxray, well, is basically my favorite Pokemon from this generation and this region, I have to have it in my team. And also the advantage of having a Luxray on the team is that you can get a Shinx very early on, basically in the first few routes, right? On like literally the second route you go to, you'll be able to catch yourself one. So you can have a Shinx very early on, and it will come handy later on because there are a few water types in this game. They may be a bit of a problem, and there are also water types. I think there is one water type gym leader you gotta deal with. So basically, the handiness of having just a Shinx in there with that Luxray eventually is useful, and also Luxray is a very fast Pokemon, so it'll come in handy, right? Just in general, a good, like, I guess, more or less just, I guess, special attacker you can have in the team. I think, I can't remember exactly what capacity you would use it, but my point is, I just want this on my team. It doesn't matter what it does statistically or competitively speaking, because who cares about that? I just want a Luxray on my team. It's my favorite Pokemon. I'm going to have it on the team no matter what. Same thing I'm going to do in Legends Arceus. I'm going to have a Luxray on my team no matter what. It's on my team. It's happening. You know what I mean? So, definitely a Luxray on the team. Just needed. A must-have addition, so to say. Well. Then I've got to include Combi because, well, this is going to be one of those Pokemons that's going to be really annoying to actually get. Definitely going to be difficult to get and annoying to get, but that does not mean we're not going to get it. We're going to get this boy in our team, or this female one, I guess, right? Because we need to get ourselves a Vespiquen. Now, I really want a Vespiquen. We've got that bug flying typing in there. No, just useful, I think, in some regards, right? Because, well, it can come in really handy. And just in general, Vespiquen is one of those Pokemon I always enjoyed having on my team back in the day, but it was just annoying to get, you know? That's literally it. It was just very annoying to get. And just in general, man, I just want to have a Vespiquen, okay? I just want to have a Vespiquen in my team. I think the typing and all, it is useful. It's not the biggest deal in the world, right? The bug flying, but just in general, a Vespiquen on the team is a must-have if I'm playing through this game. I mean, come on. I need to, you know what I mean? It just makes sense. And of course, I've got to include a Gible on my team. Now, this is one of those that's a little bit more iffy. See, getting a Gible back in these games, Well, it was a bit of a weird thing, right? There is one way to get them, which requires you to go under one of the bridges and do some weird stuff in one of the caves, which has a low rate of dropping a Gible in it, right, for you to actually find one. Now, there is that way to do it, right, and get one. Otherwise, you have to wait kind of a bit of time to get one. But I think if I can get myself a Gible early on, which I hope I'll get, that's going to be my goal. My aim is going to be to get that Gible early on, right? That would be the ultimate goal in this case, right? Getting the Gible early on, being able to get myself that, Gabite and then the Garchomp, just very early on in the game, not having to wait for too long, but I don't think that's going to be the case. I'm going to have to wait for a while before I get my hands on this bad boy. But I do want to have a Gible on my team. The Garchomp is very useful. Could be good to have a Garchomp ready against, like, Cynthia. It's going to be annoying to, like, level it up for Cynthia, but I think we should be able to do our best here. Now, if I can't get a Gible, then I don't really know what I would switch it out for. Maybe a Buizel for the Float Seal, right? I think a Buizel would be really nice to have as well because, as you may notice for the rest of my team here, we will lack water typing, and I think we kind of may need it a little bit of at least. But if I don't get a Gible early on, I'm going to go for a Buizel instead. So it's between those two, right? Buizel and Gible for my, like, fourth Pokemon. It would be between those two. I'd kind of interchange them a bit, but either way, I would want to go for either one of those two. Now, I know it's a bit of a drastic one. Like, you got Gible and you got Buizel. It's like, really, Chief? You gotta switch a route between those two? Yeah, but I don't know. I like Buizel. I think it's a cool Pokemon. I want to have it on my team, and I do need something for, like, surfing and everything. I mean, you can always get a Bidoof to just be your HM Pokemon, right? You can always do that. Bidoof just kind of serves perfectly as that. But if I'm already going to go in for it and I'm going to have a, Buizel on my team, I might just give it Surf because why not? It's useful. You got the stab on it, so I would just go for a Buizel at that point. So it's between Gible and Buizel in this case. If I get a Gible early on, I'll go for a Gible. If I can't, I'll just go for Buizel and I'll be happy with that choice, which I think should be a good one. But what do you guys think about that? Would you choose Gible over Buizel? Of course you would, let's be honest. But maybe you wouldn't. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section down below. Let's get to the next one. Croagunk. Yes, Croagunk is one of those Pokemon that I really want to have on my team. Now, you may notice a little thing here, once it, evolves into Toxic Croak, we do have that poison fighting typing, which means we have another fighting type Pokemon in this case, which I don't know if we really require two Pokemon with the extra fighting typing, but I mean the poison typing is really useful on Croagunk and then Toxic Croak. It's like just a useful thing to have there. Now, do we really need this thing? Not really for a complete team. I don't think we need it. There's probably better Pokemon you can put in here that will serve better and just be more useful. I mean, we do lack, to be fair though, we do lack like grass typing, which we probably should use some of, like it would be good to have some grass typing in there. But to be fair, if we have like Pokemon like a Shinx, that can cover for water typing, if we have Chimchar, with the Infernape with the fighting typing, as well as Croagunk with the fighting typing, we can make up for all the rock steel type Pokemon that come in our way, especially with like Infernape against the steel type, not an issue. Basically, we are kind of covered. We don't really need our grass type, to be fair, but we could always include that if needed. But I think a Toxic Croak in my case is what I want to go for in this situation. So what are you guys' thoughts? Would you guys go for a Croagunk as well? I'd love to know in the comment section down below. And finally, I have to include Sneasel as my sort of creme de la creme Pokemon. My final Pokemon, 6th Pokemon would be a Sneasel. Now, unfortunately, it is a bit later into the game. I think around Snow Point is when you get it, if I remember correctly. I could be totally off here and I have no clue what I'm talking about, but I think it's later in the game, like a bit later into the game. And if it is the case that it's later in the game, well, I'm still gonna get myself one. It's actually like, it's between Sneasel and either that or just getting a Mamoswine or something. So if I got to choose between Mamoswine and a Weavile, I'm gonna go for the Weavile, okay? I mean, Mamoswine is cool and all, big chunky boy, big fat boy, but I'm going for that Weavile, alright? Like, it's just the superior Pokemon. And also, I'm also choosing it, let's be fair here, because my girlfriend loves it, so I have to. But either way, Weavile is going to definitely be the 6th Pokemon on my team. And also, it is one of the most badass Pokemon ever. I mean, you can't deny it, right? So, pretty much that's the team, right? Let's go through exactly what we got right here. So we've got ourselves, right? We've got Chimchar. We've got Shinx, we got Combi, we got Gible, or Buizel. We don't know. If Gible is too difficult to get early on, we're going to go for the Buizel. We got Croagunk, and finally, we got the Sneasel. So that's basically the team. Chimchar, Shinx, Combi, probably a Float Seal, with the Buizel catch, because it's just going to be easier. The Croagunk, and finally the Sneasel. And that is the team, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, let me know in the comment section down below. The question of the day is, what is your team going to be for Pokemon Brilliant Diamond or Shining Pearl? Let me know in the comment section down below, and thank you so much for watching. My name has been Ruffle Rowlett, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out, and bye-bye, ladies and gentlemen.